Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Slap at the bass, mama.
There
Slapping
you
the
go.
bass, mama.
There you go.
Slap at that bass, mama. I slap at that bass.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
We are back after a short little scary stint in the hospital. John Leon Stanek III is back on top, baby, and we are going to do this is going to be a very special episode because it's a great father and son movie as well. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the best quotes of that movie. You guys voted for this, and hey, it was almost no contest. I mean, this is one of the most quotable movies of all time, as we'll see. So, do you want to go first?
Okay, how many are we doing?
5.
5, okay. All right, so my number 5 is...
I didn't know you could fly a plane!
Why, yes! Land? No!
That's a great one. That almost made mine too, but didn't quite make it. There's just so many good ones. I mean,
I know.
You could do a top 5 of just the banter of those two, which they had great chemistry in the movie. I mean, who else could play Indiana Jones's father but James Bond himself?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, great line. So my number 5 is
Nazis. I hate these guys.
Oh, yeah. That I was thinking about that one also.
yeah, a good callback to Raiders. So
I know.
yeah, good stuff. So what's your number 4?
My number 4 again, Professor Henry Jones accidentally shoots their own plane with the machine gun. And Indiana Jones says,
Hit! Are we hit? More or less. John, I'm sorry. They got us.
Yeah, they got us. Yeah, so great, man. Hey, your top 5 could be all the just in the airplane sequence.
I know. I mean, that was a great sequence. I mean, anytime really that they were all together. I mean, there was like a lot of visual things too.
Oh yeah,
that you can't do, like when the fire's starting and he sees it, that
exactly
he thing, and he's like trying to move to put it put it out and all this other stuff.
Or like whenever Indiana Jones is violent towards someone and he's like, I can't believe what you just did, that kind of stuff. So
that was
great.
a pretty good Sean Connery.
Nah, I don't know. You just gotta like do your S words like Schwartz, like that. Which so my number 4 does have Henry Jones Sr. interaction, and it is again with violence from Indy, and it's when he goes,
Oh, yeah? And who's gonna come to save you, Junior? I told you! Don't call me Junior.
you didn't have that one?
No, I didn't have that one.
Okay, man, we may have none in common on this one.
No, I'm sure we're gonna have something.
Yeah.
So my number 3 is...
I'm like a bad penny. I always turn up.
Oh yes, that's a good one. Yeah. What part is that in? I can't remember. I know he says it to the Nazi guy, right?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great line. Very good. I guess it's later in the movie. I'll have to I'll find the clip. But okay, so my number 3 I think is one you probably will have, and it's toward at the end of the movie when the guy drinks from the wrong cup and the knight says,
You chose poorly.
I know. I didn't have that because I went the other way.
oh, okay.
And I didn't want them putting both in the top five because they're basically the same thing.
Yes. Okay. So you've got the wisely somewhere on
Yes.
your list. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So what's your number two?
Don't call me Junior.
Oh, you've got okay. So we do have some in common. Very nice. Yeah, that is a great one. Which I almost forgot about. Like I had to I kept changing my list on this one many times, and I had almost completely forgot it and didn't have it. But yeah, great pick. So my number two is one that I'm sure you won't have, and probably most people don't think about, but it's one that I find this line humorous, even though it's not. But when they're in Venice and they're on the boat and they're getting closer to that propeller, and he's Indy's threatening the guy, and he goes,
My soul is prepared. How's yours?
Yeah.
I love that line, man. It's so great. I think about it all the time. So I had to have it high on my list. So
Yeah, and everything I went through
yeah,
recently, I didn't think about that at all.
yeah, yeah, right. My number one also is a little bit like that, but
Yeah.
what's
So my number one is
You have chosen wisely.
okay? Very nice. We may have to we may just have to combine those into one, like the
yeah.
just side by side. He's chosen poorly and you have chosen wisely.
Yeah, I mean that's to me that's the most, you know,
Yeah.
the biggest line in the movie.
Yeah. Well, my number one kind of goes with that whole sequence. But it's a line that I think of maybe because it was so repetitive in the movie too in that scene. But my number one is
The penitent man will pass.
when he's going through the first obstacle and he keeps
Right,
repeating that, and then he
Doesn't get
realizes,
behind it.
yeah, that
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could have done any one of those. And what was the one where, you know, he had to believe when he did the
oh,
first step?
right. There's not like an actual line for that, but it was like, the having the faith of the whatever it is, the
Yeah,
lion's walk or something, and he just has to put his foot out, which that was a crazy scene. The way Spielberg filmed that was great.
yeah, I know.
Um,
But I would, even though I touched something, it would have still scared the shit out of me because it
right.
still had those side things.
Yeah, exactly, man. Crazy. So yeah, what a movie. And yeah, this is a great list. So let's try and combine these, I guess. So at number one, I think we'll have to put you chose both poorly and wisely. We'll have them combined. Number two will be Penitent Man, because that was my one. And then let's see. Number three will have to be the Don't Call Me Junior, which that's a great summary of that, because that's like a running thing throughout the movie
Yeah,
too,
right,
of him calling him Junior and him being annoyed. And then
right.
of course the whole thing where you learn he was named after the dog.
Dog, right.
Yeah.
Indiana was the dog's name.
Yeah. I wish we had gotten a line from what's his name? Denholm Elliott plays him, the guy that gets lost, who has the museum. I forget his name.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Brody? I think
Yeah,
that's
Brody.
it. Yeah, he had so many good lines.
Yeah, that was a good thing too. Like when he was saying, you know, that Brody has it, nobody's gonna find him.
Yeah,
You know, he's like this flute, he's this, and he's this. And it
exactly.
was already taken.
Right. Yeah. It's so great, man. All right. So number four is gonna have to be My Soul's Prepared, because that was my number two.
Right.
And then number five will be I'm Like a Bad Penny, because that
Right.
was your three. Nice. This is a good list. Very, very nice indeed. So did you have any honorable mentions you wanted to say before we I think we covered most of them. There's one line.
There was one,
Yeah.
like, they're going to the Scottish castle,
Yes.
and he's in the coat and all this other stuff, and he
Right.
says that, and the butler response to him was, "This is a castle, and we have many tapestries, and if you are a Scottish lord, then I am
Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that's great. I love too in that scene where Harrison Ford's doing that terrible accent and he's like, I have a sniffle. And then there's one part that I love, Sean Connery's reaction when he finds out that the name of the town is Alexandretta, where he's like, Alexandretta. He gets so excited.
I know.
But it's
and then there was another part in the plane too.
Yeah.
Like they're shooting, and Indy tells them 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just he looks
10, 11, goes, 12.
What happens at 11 o'clock?
So awesome. I know. What about too when they're boarding the Zeppelin and he Indiana Jones punches the guy and throws him out the window and he says no ticket, and then all the people give their tickets. Yeah,
but yeah, that's a
more a visual gag.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, God, man, this movie just is nonstop greatness. So much good action, and then the responses to the action, like when they're on the motorcycle and he throws the thing and the guy goes flying, and then he looks at his dad and he's just so disapproving at him.
Yeah, and I have a Brody line.
Yeah,
it's when he was wandering through the streets,
and
a street vendor goes, water, and he goes, no thank yous, sir, no, fish make love in it.
I forgot about that. That's awesome, man. Yeah.
And then another line in the same thing. He's like, and he goes, is there anyone here who speaks English or maybe even ancient Greek?
So classic. And then later he's like in the tank where he says the pen is mightier than the sword or whatever. Oh man, I love that guy. So many I mean, they'll never. I mean, I'm sure Indiana Jones 5 will have some good nostalgia in it, but I don't think they'll ever top.
And then another one where Indy's talking to his father about Elsa, and he goes, how did you know she was a Nazi? And he goes, she talks in her sleep.
Yeah. Oh man, that whole thing is just ridiculous. They both were with Elsa.
I know.
So
I mean, there was tons of these things.
Oh yeah. Well, now let's play for you in order the top 5 best quotes according to 3 and 4. Here they are.
I'm like a bad penny. I always turn up.
Ice hole is prepared. How's yours?
Oh yeah? And who's gonna come to save you, Junior? I told you. Don't call me Junior.
The penitent man will pass.
He chose poorly. You have chosen wisely.
Yeah. Great list as always. So now we have to pick the best or most quotable movies that start with the letter J. This should be very interesting. So I'll start this off. So at my number 4 is Jerry Maguire.
I had that higher on my list.
Okay. All right. What's your number?
My number 4 was JFK.
Ooh, good one. That didn't make mine, but that has a lot of good quotes.
Yeah.
For sure. Man, I can't believe that didn't make my list, actually. All right, so my number 3 is Johnny Dangerously.
Ah, yeah. That's one of your favorites. My number 3 is Jerry Maguire.
Okay, yeah. Show me the money.
Yeah.
Just for that alone.
I know.
All right, my number 2 is The Jerk.
Okay.
Got a lot of good lines from
Yeah.
Steve Martin. What?
Yeah.
So you don't have that one?
Nope.
What's your number two?
Jurassic Park.
Okay. All right. I could see that. Yeah, that does have some good memorable lines.
Yeah,
Well,
especially with the kids and stuff.
yeah. Although again, a lot of it is very visual, but yeah,
Yeah, some
there's
of
some
it
good lines.
is.
So I think we're gonna have the same number one here.
But we have to have the same number one.
One of the most quotable movies ever, and it's Jaws.
Exactly.
And if you guys don't vote for that,
Oh no, come on, you can't start a
but
Yeah.
I have a feeling most people will vote for Jaws. I mean, come on. It's we're gonna have two Spielberg movies in a row here, very possibly. So all right, and yeah, so we're gonna have Jaws, we're gonna have two Spielberg movies to choose from, Jurassic Park also. We're gonna have The Jerk, and I guess we're gonna have to have Jerry Maguire in the fourth spot. So man, no Johnny Dangerously to choose from.
and no JFK.
Fargan Ice Holes. All right, well, here's your choices: Jaws, Jurassic Park, The Jerk, and Jerry Maguire. I think we all know what's going to win out here, but I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'm ready to talk about some sharks, man. So we will see, and hopefully next week we will we'll do it. So I will see you then. Love you.
Love you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.